Hi everyone, today I'm going to build Search Display character app in React.js. Additionally, I'll use TenStack query or previously React query and Axios packages. Let's take a look at the design. As you can see, I'll have header, a search input, a search button, and also characters cards. I can provide some input. Let it be doc and press search. And as you can see, we have cards related to doc character, and also I can provide mouse character, and the cards were changed. Now I'm going to open my developer tools and show you network tab. I'm going to refresh the application, and as you can see, we have one request with cat by default, and I'm going to change it to doc. And as you can see, the second request was made, and now I'm going to change to mouse, and also have request with name mouse, and also I'm going to provide one, and there were no cards with mouse one name, and now I can search just mouse, and as you can see, this time request was not made to the server, and I have the same data, and also I can provide cat, and also we don't have request, and if I provide frog, then I have new cards, and when I return to doc, we don't have request, and that's because of TenStack query, and it's managing data and caching data techniques. Let's go to the code and build our application. I launched my Visual Studio Code and have folder where I store my React projects, and now I'm going to run a new terminal and run command npm create data add latest, and provide name, and it will be Display search, and select React and JavaScript. Now I can navigate to my folder with cd command and install dependencies with command npm install. And additionally, I can close this panel tab, and I'm going to use TenStack query and go to install page and copy this command and add it to my dependencies. Also, I'll use Axios, and I'll provide also Axios and install dependencies. Now I can go to my source files and open up JSX, and dependencies were installed, and I can run dev server with command npm run dev, and let's check what we have, and we have auto-generated code. Now I can hide the terminal and go to my TenStack query overview, and I'm just going to copy this example that they have inside overview section, and we'll paste it into my app JSX, and let's check what we have so far. And we have some text, probably from GitHub, and also GitHub stars, and some other data. And now I'm going to adjust styles inside app CSS. I'm going to remove all styles except root element, and inside index CSS, I'll remove styles for A, and also change place items to justify content, and remove styles for button, and also from media. Okay, and also we can change index.html and provide titles. Provide title like Display search, and now I'm going to create new component. I need some folder for components, and inside that folder, I'm going to add component character list, JSX, and also I need character list CSS for my styles CSS. Okay, and now I'm going to cut this example from app.jsx and paste it to my character list and change the name to character list and export. I'm going to export as default character list, and inside app.jsx I can import character list, and also we need to add use query inside our component, and I'm going to add import, and we don't need this client and provider. Okay, and we need to change example to our character list, and let's check our application. I'm going to refresh, and we have the same data, and the styles are adjusted. And now let's change the endpoint to our own endpoint, and I'm going to use Disney API.dev, and I'll just copy this URL, and I'll provide the link in the video description to this API, and I'm going to change this GitHub API to my Disney API, and also I'm going to use Axios instead of Fetch, and I'll use import Axios from Axios, and let's add some function that will fetch the data. I'm going to provide the name fetch data, and as param it will have the name, and the function will be async, and let's make Axios get request, and use our URL, and also we need to provide some params. As you can see, get will can have config, and it's an object, and inside config we can provide params as object, and we'll provide only name, and I need comma here, and let's save the response inside variable const response, and we need to add a way to wait a response from the server, and I'm going to make console log and provide response, and log our response, and now we can change this function to our own function, and let's return response data, and let's check what I have so far. I'm going to open developer tools and go to console and refresh the page, and we have some response, and inside response we have data, and inside data also data, and let's check network tab, and also we can see the response here, and let's change our JSX to show the data inside our page. I'm going to remove this code and provide h2 tag, and I'm going to provide search Disney character, and also we can add class name as container to our JSX, and let's generate our data. I'm going to use code, and inside code I'll have data, and I'll check that we have data, and also data, and let's check length, and if we have length we'll provide one JSX, and if we don't have we'll provide the second, something like paragraph, and Let me close this paragraph. And okay, let's build our data. And for every data, we can use map because data is an array of objects. And for each element, let's do it for each character. Provide some JSX, and I'm going to add some div, and close this div, and we'll provide class name, and class name will be character card. And initially, let's add h2 tag and provide some character name. And also, let's change this paragraph to no characters found. Okay, and let's check what I have so far. Okay, we have our names. I can refresh the page, clean network, refresh again, and we have the names of the characters. And okay, but we got all possible characters. Now let's add image to our card, and I'm going to use tag image, and I need to provide source, and I'll use our character, and let's check what data what we have. And inside data for each character we have image URL, and I'm going to provide it. And for alt attribute, I'm going to provide character name, and let's check what I have so far. Okay, we have images. Let's check console log, and we have this warning: each child in a list should have a unique key. And we have some errors about get. Probably, yeah, there is no image for some characters, so I'll ignore this error, but we'll fix this. Each child in a list should have a unique key. Let's check our response and what we have inside data. And as you can see, we have ID, and I'm going to provide it as key, and key will be character ID. And let's save, and I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, and we don't have this warning, and let's add styles to make more characters in one row. And for that, I'm going to add some, probably I need some div for, and this div will be container for my characters, and I need to provide class name. Let it be character list, and also I need some class name for image, and let's add character image. Okay, and now I can provide, first of all, I need styles for my container, and I'm going to add, let's set max width something like 90 or 60 probably RAM. And also for container we can add some margin like 0, and also we can add text align by center. And okay, and let's add styles to our JSX with import, and provide character list CSS. I'm going to save, and let's check what we have so far. And we have the styles for container, and let's add styles for character list. Okay, and we need to make display flags. And the next we'll add probably flags row will be row, and let's add justify content by center, and probably we can add gap 1 rem. And the next I'm going to add styles for card, and it's a class. And for card I'm going to make border 1 pixel, solid gray, and use something like that, and add some padding 0.7 rem, and also we can set with 15 rem to have 3 cards in a row with some margin paddings. And let's add border radius 8 pixels, and also we can add box shadow and use 0 for 8 pixels, and provide some black color 0, 0, 0, and some opacity. Okay, and let's check what I have so far. And as you can see, we have 3 cards in the row, and everything is looking good so far. Let's add some styles for hovering over the card, and it will be character card, hover pseudo class, and we'll add some transform and apply function translate, and we'll make it -5 pixels, and let's check what we have. And as you can see, when I hovering over the card is moving, and we also can make cursor pointer, and we have cursor pointer. And okay, everything is looking good so far, and let's add search input and search button. And for that, I'm going to go to my JSX code and add class diff with class name, and provide class name search bar, and inside search bar I will have input with type text, and also we can add some placeholder. Let it be search characters, and also we can add some class name. Class name will be search input, and let's add value that we will use as value for input, and I'm going to use hook use state, and as you can see, import was added, and initially it will have empty value, and let me add const and provide some name, and let it be search term, and function to modify it will be set search term, and I need to assign, and as value I'll use this value will be search term, and when we change I'm going to provide function, and I need event to set this search term, and we'll use value from event. It will have event target, and inside target will be value. Okay, and also we need to add button, and button with text search, and we can add on click event handler on click, and when we click on the button, I'm going to change this search. Let's add handle search function, and it will be arrow function const handle search, And when we press on the button, I'm going to set, let's add some also state variable with use state and empty string. And I'm going to use query term, and the function will be set query term and assign. And I will use this value to make requests to the server. And inside handle search, I'm going to set query term to our search term value from the state. And this query term I'm going to provide inside my fetch data, but we need the function to call this fetch data with our term. Okay, and let's check what I have so far. Okay, I need to provide some button. I'll click search. Oh, I added button inside my cart, and I need to change it and add it to inside search bar. Okay, we have our button, and let's try search some cat, and let's check what happened. I'm going to refresh again, and provide value cat, and nothing happened. Let's check what we have. Okay, and I placed value and on change to image, and I need to add it to the input. Okay, and also I can change this key to character, and provide my query term. And let's check again. I'm going to provide name, search, and as you can see, the cards were changed, and provide some doc. Okay, that's working, and let's change styles for our search bar. And I'm going to add styles for search bar. Okay. I'm going to make display flex and make justify content by center, and also add some gap 0.5 rem, and let's add some margin bottom 1 rem. And now we can add styles for search input. Okay, and let's set with 70%, and also add some padding like 0.5 rem, and also increase font size 1.2 rem, and also add border. Border will be 2 pixels solid, and some gray color, and also we can set border radius 5 pixels, and also remove outline will be none, and let's save. And also we need styles for button, and I'm going to add search bar button, and for button we can add some padding like 0.5 rem for top button, and 0.7 rem for right left, and also increase font size 1.2 rem, and also we can set background color to some blue color, something like that. And for text, I'll make color white, and remove border will be none. And also we can set border radius 5 pixels, and make cursor pointer. And also we can add styles for hovering on button, and I'm going to add pseudo class hover and change background color to blue. Okay, and let's check what we have so far. As you can see, the styles all changed, and I can provide some mouse on the mouse and press search, and as you can see, the data was changed, and now I can return to doc. But as you can see, every time I change the input and press search, like cat, the new request is sent to the server, and I can provide doc, and as the doc data was retrieved, but on the server the data will stay the same and will not change frequently. So, and we can use some data from our state or from cache, and React query allows us to do it. And let me show you how to make it. And I will provide stale time and set 5 seconds, and I'll 5 multiplied by 60 and multiply by 1000, and also we can define some cache time, and initially we'll use stale time, then cache time. Let it be 10 minutes, and so 1000. Okay, and let's check now. I'm going to press cat and press button, and as you can see, a request was not made, and let me provide cat and search. Okay, and now I can provide doc, and then return to cat again, and as you can see, a request was not sent, and I can add mouse, and we don't have mouse in cache, and send the request, and if I use mouse 1, we have no characters found, and when I return to mouse, we use the data from our state. Okay, and now I'm going to show you one more thing. If I switch tabs and go back, as you can see, my data stays the same, but I can change it with the property refetch on Windows Focus, and set always. And let's check what I have again. I can provide doc, got data from the state, and so now I can change the tab and return to my previous tab. And as you can see, the data for doc was retrieved, and I can change to cat and go to other tab and return back, and the data was retrieved. It's useful when we want to change or update data when the user left for some time the other tab in open state, and when we return it will see the new data. Okay, and I can close this and check my application, provide doc, and provide mouse. Okay, and also we can set some default value like cat to query term to fetch default data. And let's check for doc or for some, I don't know, mouse or prints. Okay, everything is working, and that's all that I had for today. If you like the video, subscribe to my DevWeb channel, like the video. I'll provide the links to source code in the description. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.